Deep inside, you wanna cry.
Dealt the wrong hand. You gotta find a way to survive.
Deep inside, you wanna cry.
Dealt the wrong hand. You gotta find a way to survive.
I want you to know.
Hey everybody, I'm Kay Black.
I'm Channing Moreland.
And I'm Keith Coleon,
You're watching Social Hour.
the finger on the pulse of social media.
On today's show, we'll be discussing the 5 teens watching a disabled man drown and the orange man in the White House promoting police brutality.
So in the video of the 5 teens, you hear boys in the background and you can see them filming with one of their camera phones. And there's a man laughing, they're basically taunting him as there's a man struggling in the lake. And it's graphic, it's very hard to watch. So that's just a forewarning before we put it on.
But please watch it in its entirety. Here's the video right here.
Yes, so I can get in the water?
Yeah, he just got in.
And started swimming?
You
You
a
a
fucking
fucking
junkie.
the rest of the day.
Get out the water, you gon' die.
Look at that gator coming towards you, man.
Buddy,
We not finna help your ass. You
shouldn't
finna
have
come out
got
that
in.
bitch.
bro drowning, what the heck?
Ain't nobody finna help you, you dumb bitch. You shouldn't have got in there. Hey, dumbass.
Yeah, buddy,
so fucking
buddy
dumb.
off that 40.
Hell yeah, Brian, he off the fort.
Damn, where he at? Hey, buddy off that.
85, bitch.
What made him get, buddy got in with all his clothes on. He keep putting his head under, buddy. Wow.
Am I seeing shit? What the? Bruh, bruh, something killing him, bruh. Like, we finna, like, if y'all finna sit right here, it's still, yeah.
Yeah.
loud, bitch.
Dang, bro, you scared to see a dead person?
Hell no, I ain't scared to see no dead person. But you're not.
Okay, now we just watched the video, so let's cover some things. We see these boys laughing, they're giggling, I feel like they're so desensitized to death.
Yeah. So first question is, you guys think they can swim? Does that have anything to do with them?
Well, the stereotype is black people can't swim. I can't swim.
Me.
I can swim. So that's a good question though. Could the boys swim? So could they actually do something to help the man that they were so jokingly clowning while he was drowning?
But if they couldn't swim, they could call 911.
Exactly. That's the biggest problem. So you can't swim. I wouldn't have jumped in the lake, but I would have called for help.
Who would you have called? 911?
I would have called. Yeah. I would call 911. The ambulance. The police gotta come too.
So what if the police come, get on the boys for thinking they did something wrong, and it could be a whole different situation?
I mean, that is the thing.
I don't agree with that because they see the man drowning, then they say after he's dead, oh, we need to call somebody to get the body. So I don't think
Yes.
911
So-
was the call that they did not want to make.
Right.
They just wanted to see the
They
man
just didn't
drown.
care
Yeah,
because
they didn't care.
they wasn't gonna call the garbage collector to come get him after he drowned. They had to call for help, so they wasn't worried about it.
So you're a parent. How would you feel if these were your kids?
Those were my kids.
If they were my kids, I feel it. It's tough to say. I don't even know how I would feel if that was my child out there watching another person die and not doing anything about it. Like, I don't know, how would you take yourself out of being that parent? Like, you couldn't even do anything to correct it, and they did something wrong. But what would you have made them do differently if they couldn't swim?
In the situation like my children, that shit shows that you have no heart and no feelings and that you don't care about human life. So I would do a lot of reflecting. I would be mad as hell. I would be disgusted. I would be hurt.
I would be disgusted.
I don't know what I would do after that to, not even for punishment, but to teach them to teach them a lesson, like, or I don't know.
It's disappointment, just disrespected as a parent, as
Exactly.
being your parent. Like, you know, you're disrespecting me as a person who brought you into this world by just doing something so hideous and heinous. But they did something, but they didn't do nothing by not doing something.
Right. Which is why they haven't been charged with anything, correct?
Well, before we go on into more of the discussion, let's take a short commercial break.
805 South. You can get the 805 South Classic shirts, the heart of San Diego's, right at the Avenue at 2195 Logan Avenue and 6211 Imperial. 805 South.
Greetings and salutations. I have the absolute honor and the privilege of being this year's chairman of the board for Young, Black, and Indie Business, also known as YB and NB. And our motto is, our network is our network. And believe me, we have a powerful network. The P stands for purpose driven. The O stands for opportunity chaser. And the W stands for willingness to go solo. And the E stands for energetic. And the R stands for relationship builders. We are making power moves in the 21st century, and we have a powerhouse. And this is a warm invitation for you to join us and to stand with us as we make power moves in the 21st century.
Tired of getting that same old hookup? Now it's time to get your hair cued up with LaQ's Indian Hair Imports, manufactured by Hairballers LLC. 100% all natural virgin hair, featuring premium hair textures like Malaysian, Brazilian, European, Italian, and Indian, with lengths from 10 inches to 30. You can even wear it straight or curly. Take your look from drab to fab with LaQ's Indian Hair Imports, exclusively at Studio Q. Quality hair for quality people. LaQ.
If you're just tuning in, we are discussing the viral video of the 5 teens watching the disabled man drown.
Okay, so my question as a parent has been for myself, what would I do if that was my son's? And there's like layers to it. My first question is, what kind of disability did this man have? Like, was it just mental, emotional? Was it physically disabled?
How did he get in the lake? That's what
I mean, that is a question.
Yeah. Was he by himself? It seemed like he was by himself out there in the first place.
I read something that him and his fiance got into it or something like that, and he ended up in the lake. So did these kids watch this man fall in the lake and then they go on to laugh and make jokes? Because you can hear one of them say he should have took his stupid ass out there or something like that. They said
I don't know if he fell in the lake because he was pretty far in the middle of the lake. If you'd have fell in some water, he probably been close to the edge. Like he went out to take a dip.
Yeah, he was out there. So he must have swam out there. Whatever the case, I just would have to assess like the mental state of these children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if these were your kids and this happened and they saw this, you as a mother, what would be your reaction with your kids reacting in that way to this man dying?
I don't even know what I do. I can even imagine my kids doing that because I teach them to have, like, they hold such a value to life. Like, I don't even let them kill bugs. So you're not about to watch somebody drown. So I can't even really put myself in that space to imagine my children doing that. But there are things that need to be done other than like punitive measures. Like you don't just go punish these kids and put them in jail. That's not gonna do anything.
So you think they should or shouldn't be charged?
I don't necessarily think they should be charged because what does charging 5 black teenage boys, you know what I'm saying? Just add
for laughing. I know, you know,
it's
like,
wrong, but
yeah, but what is the, you know, you got men in Florida getting away with shooting black kids in the chest.
You got men getting away with raping people. But I don't really.
So you think there should be no consequences?
I don't think there should be no consequences, but our society doesn't even move in a way that we can properly address this.
Right.
We don't even have that frame of mind.
So I feel society has a way of sheltering our black men and women who commit these crimes, and they don't want them to experience the full extent of the law, so we baby them.
Sheltering how? You know, as a society, what do you mean by sheltering?
Like when, say, kids are being raped or molested in the family, we don't necessarily, we keep that a secret.
Well, yeah, but that's not society. Yeah. That's like in the black
community,
black family.
But this here is a totally different thing. It was about boys sitting down, actually observing somebody in the water drowning, and it sounded like, from the sound of it, they were smoking. you know, a little bit of marijuana. I remember as kids being out there and witnessing things and having a good time while you was witnessing, just because due to the fact that you were smoking, not really taking into account what was really going on.
So you think they were scared? The reason they didn't call is because they didn't want to face any charges themselves for smoking marijuana.
Not just that, just
It's
the
not
whole,
legal in Florida.
just the whole fact of them even witnessing something. It's almost movie-like. You see a guy in the water. At first, you start out planning because you already smoking. You already in a happy mood. And before they know, this guy drowned because they go, "Oh, where did his head go? But did he come up? He didn't." Like, reality started to kick in, but they also was using a lot of movie references when they were talking about this thing going on. How they say, "Oh, have you ever seen a dead body?" That comes from a lot of classic black cinema that we watch. So the culture itself almost encouraged these kids to not want to do something to help this man who was drowning in the water.
I feel like it's a question or an issue of, that's like moral, that's your moral values. Like, you're watching a person die, regardless of how many Boys in the Hoods and whatever else the hell you've been watching. You're watching someone die, and the way they're verbalizing the things that they're saying.
Yeah, it's totally unacceptable.
And it doesn't sound like they're like, "Oh my God, did this really happen?" Like, no, they're making jokes.
Yeah, they're desensitized.
They're desensitized.
And what has made the boys desensitized?
I think these children or teens, young men, are desensitized about what's going on in our society without the police brutality. The cops that are killing these men not being held accountable.
The lack of economic growth in these areas, the lack of knowledge, education. If you look at the school systems in a lot of these places that people are going to jail in, everybody dropping out of school not graduating. Police brutality is high because police are always in areas where crime.
Right, underprivileged. So if we're talking about police brutality, let's acknowledge number 45.
Orange Man in the White House.
Orange Man in the White House.
But before we get to that, let's cut to a quick commercial break.
Tired of getting that same old hookup? Now it's time to get your hair cued up with LaQ's Indian Hair Imports, manufactured by Hairballers LLC. 100% all natural virgin hair, featuring premium hair textures like Malaysian, Brazilian, European, Italian, and Indian, with lengths from 10 inches to 30. You can even wear it straight or curly. Take your look from drab to fab with LaQ's Indian Hair Imports, exclusively at Studio Q. Quality hair for quality people. LaQ's.
Greetings and salutations. I have the absolute honor and the privilege of being this year's chairman of the board for Young Black and In Business, also known as YB and NB. And our motto is, our network is our network. And believe me, we have a powerful network. The P stands for purpose driven. The O stands for opportunity chaser. And the W stands for willingness to go solo. And the E stands for energetic. And the R stands for relationship builders. We are making power moves in the 21st century, and we have a powerhouse. And this is a warm invitation for you to join us and to stand with us as we make power moves in the 21st century.
South. You can get the 805 South Classic shirts, the Heart of San Diego's right at the Avenue at 2195 Logan Avenue and 6211 Imperial. 805 South.
If you're just tuning in, we were just discussing the Orange Man in the White House, number 45, and his promotion of police brutality. There's a video of him,
Spewing his nonsense.
spewing his nonsense to a audience full of police officers about how he doesn't want them to be too nice or too soft on criminal suspects when they get arrested.
Sounds like 1955 all over again.
Don't protect their heads when you put them into the patrol car. Just knock them in there.
Let's cut to the video for you guys to know what we're talking about here. This is a video of Trump's one of his latest speeches promoting police brutality to the police.
And when you see these towns, and when you see these thugs being thrown into the back of a paddy wagon, you just see them thrown in, rough. I said, please don't be too nice. Like when you guys put somebody in the car and you're protecting their head, you know, the way you put their hand over. Like, don't hit their head, and they've just killed somebody, don't hit their head. I said, you can take the hand away, okay?
So we just watched the video of Trump exciting the police officers to want to promote brutality on American citizens. Shannon, what do you think about
Okay, number one, I won't even say American citizens because he said you watch it when they get these thugs. So when a white person says thugs, that's code for nigga. Black. So he's not just talking about anybody that's committing a crime. When you get to see these thugs who just murdered somebody and, you know, they whatever he said about grabbing their heads and putting them in the car nicely.
Put them in the patrol car.
The problem, okay, so you're saying thugs, and then the way the system works, you're not even guilty until you go to court and all that other stuff. So you're saying that suspects are guilty and that they don't even need to go through their trial. Right. They did it, beat them up now.
And it's making our already horrible, tragic situation of police brutality worse. So now these officers that are so gung-ho and trigger happy, there are no consequences for them.
Right.
Their commander-in-chief
What has
is okay with it.
There was never consequences, but now they feel validated.
Yes.
There's validation. Like, oh, we can keep doing this. It's justified. It's already justified in the fact that they don't get consequences,
They
like
don't
you
get,
said.
there's no justice already when it comes to police brutality. And for 45 to get his orange face back in front of another microphone and continue his journey to impeachment by inciting officers to continue and increase police brutality by, let's just put it in a corporate way, damaging police vehicles by slamming people's head in. Not taking
That costs a lot of
That's what
taxpayers.
they care about. That's what they care about
That
now.
costs a lot of taxpayers' money, and we are taxpayers.
Some of us.
So let me put it in perspective for our viewers. You both are parents, correct?
Yes.
So how do you feel about this speech and with your children growing up in this type of environment, in this climate?
The fact that I have had to have these conversations with my oldest son is 7, so I'll say probably since he was 3-ish, we've been having these conversations about police and about the way other people perceive you and all of these different things. And then you have the person who's supposed to be leading our country, leading it to distraction, but leading our country.
And the classes to help children deal with the police.
When it comes to 45, it's nothing really that should be surprising anymore, any longer. He's just going off his promises that he made to his constituents in November or all last year, the year before that. He's been talking crap about America and everything about what we do. Now when he's taking it this way, he's like, yo, I don't like black people in the way they do things because they're not making me the money that I need to be making. So the people who are protecting my investments, which are the police force, y'all keep doing what y'all do. Matter of fact, I'm turning a blind eye to how y'all do it now. Y'all got my permission to go ahead and just do what needs to be done to keep crime down.
Because I'm all about this so-called peace, what they're fighting for, this national
But you can't fight for peace.
defense.
Right. How can
You don't fight for peace.
And I don't necessarily agree with anything and everything to get this so-called peace that they're talking about.
Why are police trying to fight for peace? Like, what? Peace is not what police should be doing. They should be policing.
And protecting and serving us.
They're supposed to make sure that the law is being upheld. And that means that they are also supposed to abide by the laws, which they do not.
But their chain of command doesn't follow these same
and
laws.
they're right. They're not.
What laws?
Yeah.
They're lawless. And now they have given an American allegiance to be even more lawless by the president.
Right, a president that was never qualified to be in this position.
The thing about
it, elected to be there anyway.
Well, that whole process is a sham, but we only want to have the conversation. But the thing about it is that he's not saying or doing anything new. He's just saying it out loud. Like all these silly little policies and legislation and all this shit he's been talking about, he's not saying anything new. Like he's not changing America.
He's not even saying he's different from Republicans that came before him.
It's just the way he says it. And he's getting people riled up. He's giving us something to talk about.
Passive in America anymore. It's no longer covert. It's in your face. We are back in the 60s.
There's been places, racism has never been passive in America for the first part. It's always been up forward in your face.
True.
Now people are just more proud to be racist openly.
Again, they're validated.
Due to the fact because
they're
our
validated.
president is allowing it to
And because our president is uneducated and does not have the requirements for this position, that says to the people like us that I really don't have to do anything for this job.
No, it says to me that my country doesn't care about me. It already didn't it? A majority of the country elected somebody.
But before you finish that, let's cut to a commercial break.
Yeah, let's play some bills.
Greetings and salutations. I have the absolute honor and the privilege of being this year's chairman of the board for Young, Black, and In Business, also known as YB and NB. And our motto is, our network is our net worth. And believe me, we have a powerful network. The P stands for purpose driven. The O stands for opportunity chaser. And the W stands for willingness to go solo. And the E stands for energetic. And the R stands for relationship builders. We are making power moves in the 21st century, and we have a powerhouse. And this is a warm invitation for you to join us and to stand with us as we make power moves in the 21st century.
South. You could get the 805 South Classic shirts, the heart of San Diego's, right at the Avenue at 2195 Logan Avenue and 6211 Imperial. 805 South.
Welcome back to Social Hour.
So we were discussing the orange man in the White House, 45, or AKA Donald Trump, and his most recent speech of promoting police brutality.
What more do you really need to say about the President of the United States of America getting in front of a microphone, a televised speech, promoting police brutality against who else other than black people?
Minorities, people of color. Underprivileged.
I don't even like to say minority. I don't even like to say minority, because what are we minor to? You know?
The thing about him wanting to only bring in the most educated people from outside of the country, that is what's disadvantaging us. He says that having immigrants, period, is harming us. But when you have people that are educated coming here, then people with degrees that can't find jobs are gonna have even more trouble trying to find a job. But you've got more people with degrees coming here. And those people are privileged in their country. They're not underprivileged. When you come from another country with a degree, that means you were in probably your home country learning from people that look like you. You were the majority there. And then you come here and you are taking,
taxi cab.
yes.
From a logical standpoint of how I look at it, you're not born educated or uneducated, so it doesn't make sense to me why we wouldn't educate our own people. Then, we only take or educate these immigrants that are coming in, rather than saying we only take these.
Stop you right there. You said our own people, and Donald Trump doesn't think that we are his people, even though we're all Americans. So that same education that his kids got, he doesn't want our kids to be getting that education. Obviously, because he's telling police officers, hey, they don't look smart enough. So smash that head into that car a little hard. Don't even worry about them being human. So the orange man in the White House in his speech was quoted saying, "Don't be too nice to the animals terrorizing our U.S. neighborhoods."
And these animals, which are thugs, which are interchangeable to immigrants, to the black population, to minorities. That's what I feel like he's trying to do, make these things the same word.
They are the same word to a lot of white Americans. They see thug, they immediately see a color, not their color. They see animal, that's a different thing, because white folks love the animals. They love the animals. So that's a little tough, but when you say these animals, you took away the whole human.
Yeah, you take away their humanity.
You're nothing.
Yeah, you're talking about others.
When you show a thief rather than a man with a family, you lose that humanity.
Oh, somebody that looks like somebody's doing something.
Right.
You show a picture where there's a lot of shadow. He's dirty.
So let's recap everything else. So we've covered the video on the teens watching the disabled man drown in Florida.
Yes, and we wanted to know if they could swim, if we thought they should be prosecuted or not, and how we felt
should have called
as parents about having your children see something go down like that and not doing nothing about it.
And then the orange man in the White House
saying don't be too nice. He doesn't want the police to be too nice to the thugs, aka black people, aka anybody who ain't white. But if you white and you shoot up a church, you gonna get a bulletproof vest and a Happy Meal.
Yes.
Burger King, because he had
Burger King. My bad, Burger King. Probably had a paper crown too. Had it his way.
So you can catch us next week
on the Social Hour.
I'm Kay Black.
I'm Channing Moreland.
And I'm Keith Coleon. Thanks for watching Social Hour, the finger on the pulse of social media.